All right, guys, we're gonna rock and roll.
What are you gonna do for it? Are you gonna mow the grass?
You guys ready? Can we shut that door, Jack?
Give me foot massages?
All right. It looks like we lost people. Grace is coming back.
Start getting cash.
Ran to the bank.
He moved.
Yeah, you come on in, have a seat.
That is awesome.
Go over there somewhere.
You have a black access to lead it.
Yeah.
Diesel.
Guns and down.
Okay, thank you.
$40 my whole shop, huh? Is that?
All right, guys, time to wrap that up. Wrap it up. We're gonna get started. Let's go.
And then rinse and dry.
Where you going, Dash? Okay.
And what about the window?
All right, all right. Here we are, almost. Come on, Josh.
Thank you.
Very good, John.
Have a seat. Do that later. Okay. All right, guys, let's rock and roll. Welcome to Buns and Guns. I am hoping you are all here to build muscle mass, and for no other reason. This is a building program. This is a different protocol than we've ever taught you before, and this is based on workable procedures, workable processes, formulas for gaining muscle mass. Okay? That is all this is for. Yes? Everyone here for muscle mass? Yep. Good. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Great.
Right over there.
So the first thing we're going to talk about is the benefits of muscle mass. There's a huge list back here. Hopefully it clears up here in a second. You guys are probably familiar with most of these, but we'll run through it. Better metabolic health. Your body is able to process things out of your system easier the more muscle you have, because muscle itself utilizes energy that you put into your body. The more you have, it's like having the more engines in the car. Did you guys know that?
No.
Okay. So your muscles themselves will process out sugars, for example, out of your bloodstream. And so if you have a bunch of muscle mass, it's easier to keep your sugar levels at a reasonable or healthy range because of that muscle mass. That's why the guys with all that muscle mass can get away with things that ladies with less muscle mass can't get away with without major fluctuations in their blood sugar. It's because of how much muscle mass they're holding. Yeah? Okay, quite an advantage. And that's the blood sugar regulation, increased calorie burn. Your muscles at rest are using energy on a regular basis just to exist. Fat doesn't do that. Fat just sits there, okay? Fat cells aren't doing anything other than holding fat, the molecules of fat. The muscle cells are doing things all the time. And so when you have a lot of muscle mass, your caloric burn, the amount of energy you use in a day, goes way up. Have you guys seen that on your scans? A little bit? Okay, we're gonna take a look at it in detail for you.
Wait, can you repeat that? Sorry, I did not process.
Okay, so there's certain tissues in the body that are doing things all the time. And if they're doing things, it takes energy to do those things. Muscle is a tissue that is doing things all the time. Fat is not. So if you have fat mass, it doesn't make you burn more energy at rest. But if you have muscle mass, it makes you burn more energy at rest. Okay. Tracking? Okay, cool. More strength, that's an obvious one. Improved physical function, you can do more with your body. Better work capacity. So if you've got yard work to do and you have a bunch of muscle mass, you're gonna have an easier time than the person who doesn't. Yeah, you can do more work in less time. Joint protection, the more muscle you have, the more protected your joints are. Everyone agree? Cool. Injury prevention, the stronger you are, the more muscle you have, the less likely you are to hurt yourself, including your joints. Improved posture, able to hold your body up in better positions. Increased bone density. These are very closely linked. When you are building muscle mass, your bones are also building alongside them. The things you have to do to make your muscles grow also make your bones denser and stronger. They go hand in hand. That's why when we talk about osteoporosis, where the bones are starting to become little holes in them and becoming more brittle, we do strength training. That is our solution. Yeah? You guys heard about this?
Yeah.
Okay. Reduced risk of osteoporosis, healthier aging, reduced frailty. There's the word. Harder to break. That's what that means. Okay. Increase longevity, you'll live longer. It's not just live longer though, because that's not necessarily true. We can live a long time super weak. We just have a sucky life. We can, these days with medicine, we can stay alive for a really long time, like laying in a bed. Yeah, so it's really more about, this is where we talk about your health span and how long you have health to do cool stuff in your life. So it's not really just longevity, but improved hormone regulation, just like we talked about up here. The more muscle mass you have, the better you are able to sustain healthy hormone levels. When we look at men in their later years and they start to get into this like low testosterone range, the men who have more muscle mass, they don't go there. The men who have muscle mass, they are preventing that from happening. The men who don't have muscle mass are the ones who deal with that problem. Okay, have you guys ever heard of somebody having to supplement their testosterone? Men especially, right? And they usually don't have a lot of muscle mass on them. Muscle mass helps to regulate that. Same in women. Women too. Okay? Better recovery. So meaning after a long day, after a bunch of work, the more muscle mass you have, the easier it is for you to recover from that work that you just output. Better mood. Crazy, right? This all ties into the hormones and our ability to handle the energy that we put in our body. Increased confidence, for sure. Yeah? Not just confidence to like stand in front of people in a bathing suit, but confidence in your body to be able to perform the things that you need it to perform. Like somebody calls you, hey man, can you help me build a retaining wall in my backyard? You go, yeah, I can. I don't want to, but I can, right? My body will physically allow me to. You don't go, oh my gosh, I've got a bad back. My shoulder's been a little bit off lately, right? That's the type of confidence that we also want to have, is physical confidence. Reduce anxiety and depression, again, hormones, right? Keeping everything regulated and nice and even levels so that we're not dealing with that so much. Improve cognitive function. I don't really know how to explain that to you. I don't know why that's on the list, but I hope so. Better athletic performance, duh, right? More muscle mass allows you to do more things in the gym and in athletics. Increased power and explosiveness, duh. It is the thing that makes power and explosiveness happen. The more you have, the better off you are at producing more power. Resilience to training. This is interesting. I would say so. When we have people come in here that have been in the bodybuilding world, they built up a lot more muscle mass. They can handle a lot more reps, right? As opposed to the people who come in here who haven't had a background in bodybuilding, don't have a lot of muscle mass. We have to keep their reps really low because their body can't take it. But if they've already been training, they've got a lot of muscle mass there, they can actually take on more work than the new person who doesn't. They do a lot better in the workouts. Yeah. Leaner appearance, again, we're at look. Oh, and body composition, of course. Body composition is just a comparison of how much fat and how much muscle you have. That's all it is, right? So of course, if you have more muscle, you have better body composition. Duh. Leaner appearance, better recovery from illness and surgery. So this is a big one, right? Surgeons will deny you surgery if you aren't strong enough. They will say, you need to go get stronger, you need to go build more muscle before I operate on you so that I know you will recover from the operation. Big deal. We have people join the gym for that. Increased glucose storage capacity. So this is, again, back to that blood sugar, right? Glucose just means the sugar that's in your blood. That's what we call it. We call it glucose. We give it that name. So our muscles actually can store glucose. And so if you have more muscle mass, you have more vaults to store it in, more places to put it. So you have a better sugar regulation because you can just shuttle it into your muscle mass. Cool? All right. Right? That's the goal, right, Tim? Be able to eat more donuts.
That's right.
Yeah.
And store it.
And store it. Store the donuts in my muscles. Yeah. Good. Improved energy utilization, meaning you're more efficient metabolically and physically. Okay, you're not wasting energy because you're weak, right? And then greater independence with age, obviously, and improved overall quality of life, like we were talking about. You're not laying in a bed when you're 70 years old. You're doing a workout when she's not 70 yet. She's too young. But someday when you turn 70. Yeah. I wasn't going to tell them your age. I'm working on my manners. Okay. I'm working on my manners. I'm not telling people's ages anymore.
Okay. 50.
Okay.
I'm 50.
Cool. We all agree we want this. We want lots of muscle. Great. So how do we build muscle mass? We need 3 conditions. We talk about it all the time. You guys always forget them. You always forget one of the conditions, okay? These are the 3 things that need to exist for your body to put muscle mass on it. Okay, the body won't just automatically put muscle on you. You can't go, I want muscle, and it will go, okay, just like stack it up. You have to give it what it needs to do it. Okay, I know, wouldn't that be nice? That's the superpower I want to have.
Me too.
So here's the deal, right? You have to give it a reason to have muscle. That's exercise. That's the stimulus. That's the training. That's the weight. That's the activity. People who hold a lot of extra weight on their body, they're 100 pounds overweight, 200 pounds overweight. When they come in here and scan, their muscle mass is so high. And the reason why is because they have a reason to hold that muscle mass. Their body is working so hard to move that weight around, just in life. The mamas who are carrying around their kids all the time, one on the hip, one on the shoulder, one in the carry, whatever, they have a lot of muscle mass because their body has a reason to have it. It's carrying kids around. The guys who work in construction, they have a lot of muscle mass because their bodies need that muscle mass. They have a reason. The work itself is the reason. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you have to provide your body with a reason. There's no amount of protein you could consume to convince your body to have muscle mass without a reason. Okay? So that's the exercise. That's the training. And then enough food. This is the one everyone forgets. Everyone remembers the workout part. Everyone remembers the protein part. But this one, a lot of people forget. You have to have enough food. Because if you're just taking in a bunch of protein, but you don't have enough overall energy, your body has to take that protein and turn it into energy to keep you alive. Your body demands energy just to stay alive, to beat your heart, to breathe, to produce the moisture in your eyeballs, to make this beautiful hair. Your body needs energy to do all the processes that it does. If you don't give it enough energy, but you're giving it enough protein, let's say you're like, I'm just gonna eat 250 grams of protein today, and that's all I'm gonna eat. It won't be enough energy for your body to survive on the basic needs of the body, and it will have to use that protein, break it up into, convert it from protein, from building blocks for muscle, convert it into gasoline to keep your heart going, to keep your lungs going, okay, to keep your digestive tract going, those sort of things. So if you don't have enough food, your body will not build muscle mass. And this is where a lot of us plateau. We're doing the quick cut. We're watching our food, but our muscle mass isn't growing. You're not getting enough food. You're getting in your protein. How come my muscle mass isn't growing? I'm eating so much protein. You're not getting enough food. And this is gonna be the hardest part of this challenge, is getting enough food. This is the hard part, okay? But we're gonna do this together, and we're gonna give you guys some strategies on how to get enough food. Has anyone struggled to get enough food? See, told ya. This is our struggle right here, okay? So this is the condition we all like to conveniently forget, but we have to do it if we want our body to build muscle mass. And then of course, enough protein, which you guys get that so quick, right? What do you need to build muscle mass? Enough protein. That's right. I do want to clear up something else. The word enough. Enough. What is enough? Can anyone tell me?
How much it takes to build protein.
That's right. How much it takes to build muscle. Just because your target is 150 and you're hitting your target, if you're not building muscle mass, it's still not enough, right? I hear this all the time, but I'm getting my protein in. Cool. Still not enough. If your body's not reacting, if it's not getting the product we want, which is more muscle, it's still not enough. And so we are going to find what enough is for you, and you are going to get enough in order to build muscle mass. Same thing with food. Making sense?
Yes. Does that mean eating more protein than your average, basically?
We'll see. We'll find out what enough is. We'll know you're eating enough when your body starts building muscle. That's how we know. Okay? Deal? Okay, so 3 conditions. You got it? Never forget it. We'll go over it over and over, I promise. Okay, now, here's the deal. We're gonna eat a lot more food. And some of you are gonna be worried about gaining fat. And you might gain fat because we're gonna be eating enough, okay? We're gonna be going on a surplus of energy. We're going to be eating more food than you are used to. And especially my women in the room, they're like, oh gosh, right? Okay, here's how we do this to prevent building fat. Now this is not guaranteed because more energy in, there's a possibility that if we eat so much in excess, your body decides to start storing some fat. We're gonna be watching it closely with weekly scans. But here's your best chance. You gotta do this clean. We're gonna introduce a certain amount of carbohydrates, a certain amount of protein, a certain amount of calories, a certain amount of fat. You could do this dirty or you could do this clean. okay? Doing it dirty is grabbing whatever is convenient to fill those goals. Bag of Doritos gets you your fat and your carbs. Bam, done, right? A box of donuts, get those carbs in real quick, right? That's called dirty bulking, okay? This does put fat on faster than if you do it clean, okay? The thing about those foods, the sugars and the seed oils that come in those foods, is it doesn't contribute to your metabolic health. We want your metabolic health to stay high as you're building muscle mass. We don't want to make you less healthy while you're building muscle mass. That's silly. That's silly pants, okay? So this is a picture that's kind of showing, and these aren't my people, so I don't know if this is AI generated or whatever, but I have seen people dirty bulk, right? And it covers, there's fat that covers their muscle mass, and I have seen people clean bulk, and it doesn't cover their muscle mass because they're not putting on a bunch of fat. So this is our best chance, and it's what you guys all know well, right? It's nothing new. Eat meat and vegetables, nuts and seeds, some starch, little fruit, no sugar, and no seed oils. Nothing new. You guys have heard that a million times. It's on all the posters that sit in front of you while you poop in the bathrooms,
Yep.
right? You've seen this 100 times. First line, even if you poop fast, you just read the first line. It's right there in front of your face. Nothing new. Yeah? Okay. Except for you, Tim. I know you bring the books in.
I know.
Okay, good. So we're going to pull out your in-body scans, and we're going to look at a couple things on your in-body scans. Because this is the statistic that we are going to use to make sure we're doing a good job for you and your goals. If you're not building muscle mass, we have to make a change. If you're putting on a bunch of fat mass, we need to make a change, okay? And so we're gonna use your in-bodies, and you need to scan consistently. The same day, the same time, every week for 4 weeks. You should get 4 scans during this process. You should have already gotten one, yeah? Yes. Cool. Now, we're gonna look at a couple things. This is very different than the quick cut, okay? We're gonna look at your total muscle mass. Everybody look. Say your number out loud. Ready, go.
108.
You have 108 pounds?
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
This is dirty bulking.
Tell me your numbers. Muscle mass. How much muscle do you have?
39.
48.7.
Okay,
54.7.
there we go. So this is the game right here, okay? It's to build that number. Tim, how much?
80.9.
Nice. Okay, good. So you guys understand your muscle mass. This is our graph we're gonna watch like a hawk. And those of you who bought into the competition, this is your graph that's gonna win it. Cool? Okay, now let's talk about the influences of different factors on your scans. This is very unique. We've never done a competition like this because it's very easy to manipulate the muscle mass. Did you guys all watch my How to Cheat video?
Yeah.
Good. So you see the factors. There are many factors that influence how that machine reads your muscle mass. And we need to be aware of that as we're going through this comp. Because if you come to me and you're like, I lost 2 pounds of muscle mass in 7 days. Number one, no you didn't. Okay, calm down. No you didn't. Okay, you are dehydrated. Your muscle mass has lost water weight, and so it's reading as lighter. But if I were to silly me respond and be like, oh my gosh, let's change everything. It's not working. Let's get you eating more protein and this and that. And we start implementing changes based on incorrect data, we are not going to be as productive and effective as we could be. So you need to know the factors that go into the readings you're getting on your phone. Okay? Everyone tracking with me?
Yes.
Okay, number one, hydration. If you just don't drink water, your muscle mass is going to appear to have been going away as you don't drink water. Okay, so if you spend the next 4 weeks not drinking water, your muscle mass will look like it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller, but it's just losing water. You're turning from a juicy steak to a dehydrated piece of beef jerky. Okay, so you got to keep the hydration up. Just keep it up like you normally do. You don't got to do anything weird. Just keep up your hydration. Okay, electrolytes is another one. If you normally take electrolytes and you stop taking electrolytes, it will affect what your body is doing with water, and it will affect your scans. So if you normally take electrolytes, just continue like normal. If you want to add electrolytes in, fine, add them in, but keep it up throughout our process so it doesn't become this extra factor that messes with our decisions as we go. Just keep it consistent. Your workouts. You need to scan before the workouts. Every workout pumps different parts of your body up with juices. If you've done a leg day, you know it's really hard to get jeans on that night, yeah? You do heavy squats, you try to get your jeans on, and you're like, ah, because your muscles are swollen. Nobody wears jeans? You do? Okay, Grace knows what I'm talking about. Just ask Grace about it. Okay. If you do a heavy push-up day or pull-up day, right, getting on that super cute blouse, you know, or that button-up, it's like, because you're swollen, right? And that's because you put demand on the body. The body is now delivering recovery through fluids to the area. Those fluids pump up the area. So if you scan after a workout, now you're dealing with the variables of each workout. We do constantly varied work. You don't need constantly varied scans. You need consistent scans, okay? So scan before your workouts. Yes, your muscle mass will appear lower. It will, absolutely. Get over it. We're not trying to manipulate the machine. We're trying to manipulate the body. Okay? Time of day. Now this is hard. Some of you don't make it in here till the evening. Fine. Then you're an evening scanner and you're always an evening scanner. If you're a morning scanner, you're always a morning scanner. Keep it consistent. The most accurate scans, closer to the truth, will be in the morning before you work out. After you poop. Poop, pee, scan, workout. Okay? Creatine. Creatine will manipulate your scans. How many of you are on creatine? Okay, so stay on it. Stay on your creatine. Don't drop it off in the middle of these 4 weeks. Okay? Carbohydrates. Carbohydrates will viciously manipulate your scan. This is one most people forget. You cut carbs out of your diet and your muscle mass drops. Why? Carbs and water inside the body, the actual molecule of a carbohydrate likes water. Water attaches to it. They attach and then float around your system and get absorbed together. So if you drop out carbohydrates, you're dropping off the things water can attach to. So your water's going to drop and your muscle mass is going to appear to have gone away or disappeared or dropped. Making sense? We are not dropping carbs for this challenge. We are going to eat carbs consistently. They're going to be really important for building muscle mass. Make sense? Okay. Good. Any questions on those two factors? The water and the muscle. Everyone scroll down on your history and find your water weight. Now, some of you have this set up as pounds of water. Some of you have this set up as liters of water, and you need to recognize the difference. Liters is a capital L,
Yes.
and pounds is an LBS.
So which one should we look
Are
at?
we looking
Whatever
at
you want.
Total body water?
Total body water. Just realize liters are not pounds.
Oh,
You need to multiply your liters by 2.2 to get your pounds. How do you change it? If you'd like to change it, you'll go to your settings, you'll go to units, and then you'll find total body water, and you'll change it to pounds off of liters if you want to change it. Either way, it doesn't matter. Just be aware of the difference. If you lose 1 liter of water, that's 2 pounds of water. Okay? Good. Let's talk about this. This is really important, you guys. The basal metabolic rate. Okay? We throw this around all the time. You hear people, I just have bad metabolism. My metabolism just isn't good. Right? You hear that all the time. My metabolism is slow. I'm resetting my metabolism. Come on, right? This is what we're talking about. We're talking about how quickly your body burns energy at rest, in a coma, not getting up and going to work, not being a parent, okay? Not driving to get donuts, okay? This is just at rest. How much energy does your body require to stay alive? Let's look at the words. Basal means relating to the most basic and essential or lowest levels of something. Lowest level. Think of you in a coma, okay? You're peeing in a bedpan or in a tube or however that works when you're in a coma. I don't know. Probably in a tube, right, Josh? Yeah. Okay. You're not even getting up to pee. Eyes are shut. Cool? Basal. Basic. Metabolic. How much energy your body is utilizing to do the processes of the body. All of the processes. Okay? Sometimes we think like, oh, I only burned 5 calories in my workout. My watch said. No, man. No. Your body is doing so much more than lifting weight. Okay, it's growing hair, it's digesting food, it's producing hormones, it's repairing muscle mass, it's building bone. Like you name it, it's doing it. It's fighting off disease. It's fighting off, it's healing a scratch from nicking the J-hooks on the rig. Your body is doing so many activities. All those activities require fuel. Okay, so this is the total amount of energy necessary to keep you alive while you're in the coma peeing in a tube. Okay? And then we've got the rate, which is the speed of something being done over a certain amount of time, right? Miles per hour. We're talking about every hour, how many miles would you go, right? So it's the speed in a certain amount of time. We're always talking about a 24-hour period when we're talking about your metabolic rate. Okay, so it's always measured in 24 hours. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so find your basal metabolic rate.
Got it.
Say it out loud.
1755.
Say it out loud. Find your basal metabolic rate.
8,330 kg.
Okay, so those are K-joules. It's a different measure. I want you to go to your units and switch it to calories. K-cal is correct. K-cal stands for kilocalories. That's actually what we're talking about when we talk about calories. Yeah, what is it?
Mine's 1483.
That sounds right. Good. What's yours?
1274.
Good. That's right. Sounds right.
Said change it from KJ.
If you're on K-joules, let's change it to K-cal. Yeah, so you go to units, scroll down, go to settings, and then units. Click on units, and then find metabolic rate and switch it to calories.
1991.
That sounds right.
8,000.
Good.
How much?
1991.
Got it, Jen?
So it's resetting.
Cool. All right. So, get ready, guys. We're going to do some math. You ready for this?
Yeah.
It's right there. 165.
Yeah.
Time for math. Here we go. To build muscle mass, we're going to go 1.5 your metabolic rate every day.
So take your metabolic rate.
Take your number and multiply it by 1.5 if you're a girl. If you're a boy, you're going to multiply it by 1.7.
Oh my god, so that's how many calories. Whoa.
Yes, ma'am.
Whoa. Wait. Can I take my...
Okay, read your number out loud. Go.
2224.
318.
What was it?
318.
Wow, okay.
318.
3,000.
I replied the wrong thing.
Multiply
Even like 33.
Oh, the calorie, the basal.
your basal metabolic rate times 1.7.
That's to eat?
Does everyone have their number?
Yeah.
1.7 for men, 1.5 for ladies.
Oh my gosh, there's so much food.
You got it?
What's yours?
You got it?
I'm only mentioning.
I told you guys, I wasn't messing around. I said this is going to be the hardest part, is going to be eating. Okay. It's called a challenge for a reason. This isn't a do what you normally do situation. Okay, you done freaking out?
Yes.
Good.
I think this is just a race or burden.
Now, does everyone have MyFitnessPal on their phone?
Yes.
Open it.
A lot of donuts.
That's a lot of melons.
Yeah, not many donuts. You can get up there quick with the donuts.
Open MyFitnessPal.
Oh gosh, I don't know if I want to change the number.
Okay, you need to go to your settings, your goals.
Hold on. Wait, we're having it there? Ah!
I don't have it open. I can take someone's phone, or Josh, you could speak out.
Yeah.
Do you want to do mine?
You're gonna click the top right where it's got your little guy.
Okay. I don't have that.
Yeah.
Or on the
Download the app
Yeah. Where it says
right now.
Got on your phone and download it.
Okay.
Just update it. And then you're gonna click goals.
Goals.
Okay.
Okay, change your caloric goal to that number you calculated.
It says calorie, carbs, and protein.
You mean
and fats.
calories by protein? Okay. I must have an update because mine is not updated.
Calorie, carbs.
Should be goals.
Oh, she was already.
Oh,
The next one says calorie, carbs, protein, and fat.
oh. Okay, did everybody find it? Guys, come on, we're all family here. If you can't find it, speak up. Okay, did everybody change their calorie number? Okay, good. Now, look at me, eye contact. Did everybody change their calorie number?
Yes.
Okay, so just Daniel. Michael, keep an eye on Daniel. Okay, Now we're gonna change your protein goal to 30%. So you're gonna click on the macros. Click on the macros
Mine's already at 30.
and change it to 30.
Mine's already at 30.
Okay. Eye contact. Is everyone at 30?
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of you are at 30, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what we do.
Mine was not so
That's our, yeah. Cool. All right. Everyone read me how much protein that requires you to eat.
24 grams.
You're the exception, Jenny.
I'm going to,
Okay.
which is 28 for,
Okay. Wow, that's not far. Good. Eye contact. Is everyone with me?
Yes.
Good. Now, we have a choice to make, okay? We've got that. That is what it is. We have a choice to make about how much we're going to do in fat and how much we're going to do in carbs. Here's what we know from experience. Ladies, you will do better with higher fat ratios.
Yes.
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 This is what we know from actual experience, from actual test, like actually being done in the real world.
Okay, so
We do better with higher fat ratios as opposed to carb ratios. We just do. I don't know what to say. It is the way it is. And, there's different theories about it. The best answer I have is that our body can produce carbohydrates. We can produce carbohydrates, but there are essential nutrients from proteins and fats that we cannot produce. But we can always make a carb. If our body needs a carb, we can always make a carb. Okay, that's part of our engineering. Okay? So ladies, it's a choice. We can go higher fat, we can go 40% fat, we could go lower fat and go 30% fat, and then your carbs end up being what they are. Gentlemen, this is up to you, and you probably should experiment with this. But this is where we find out what works for you, okay? You do something consistently, you see how your body reacts to it, see how your workouts feel, and then we adjust. My workouts feel like trash. Cool, let's up your carbs, see what happens, okay? More than just a day, though, y'all. Like, you got to test this for a while. You got to give your body a chance to try it out, okay? Especially if you reduce carbs. Now, I think most of us are like quick cut protocoled already, right? We're already doing less carbs. So your body, with this much energy coming in, you probably won't go deficient. You shouldn't, okay? But the point here is 30 to 40%, and it's up to you where you want to go with that, okay? All right, everyone's tracking? Where do you get carbohydrates if you're doing a clean bulk?
Orange bell pepper.
Orange bell peppers. Good luck with that. That's a lot of bell pepper.
It's got a lot of.
It has a lot more carbs than red.
Oh.
I learned that.
Oh, good.
Just one.
You're gonna. How many carbs do you have to eat in bell pepper?
Well, quite a few.
Yes. Bel Air is sold out.
Great, Brown.
Okay.
My neighborhood. Don't be buying all the
Guys,
peppers.
answer my question, please. What do you eat for carbohydrates if you're doing this clean?
Broccoli, vegetables,
Fruits and vegetables.
broccoli, apple.
Period. If you're doing this clean, you don't add grains in, you eat fruits and vegetables. What is the best source of carbohydrates in terms of density of carbohydrates when it comes to fruits and vegetables?
Like what?
No, definitely not a bell pepper. Huh?
Apple?
No, not strawberries.
Apple, broccoli, I don't know.
Potatoes.
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 Oh, I eat those every day.
Potatoes.
I
Eat potatoes.
eat it every day.
Sweet potatoes, white potatoes, little potatoes, big potatoes.
Every day.
Eat potatoes. Another really good source is corn.
really?
Yeah, these are our starches. It's easy to eat a lot of them. Put butter on it and go to town. Okay?
I just, maybe that's why it's different.
Potatoes and corn are just really good sources of carbohydrates. You're gonna get a big dose of carbohydrates. Okay?
Is that candy corn you're talking about?
Not quite take the candy off the corn and then you're good. Yeah, just the corn. Okay, everyone got their targets? Save it. Now, here's the deal, right? You are gonna log food.
Yay!
You are gonna log food. I know Jenny's been aching to log her food. You are gonna log food. This is a lot of food and you're not used to eating it. So you're gonna need to log food to make sure you're getting enough. And if your muscle mass isn't moving, we need data. We need data. Why isn't it moving? If you're not logging your food, I have no data. You coming to me and telling me, I think I'm eating enough, is not data, okay? The data will come from your log. That, oh, this is how much you're actually getting. Your goals are not data. Your goals are your goals. The data will be what you're actually putting in your mouth. So you do need to log your food. And the more accurate you are, the better, okay? Now, if you have to guess, okay, fine, you have to guess. But the more accurate you are, the more accurate the data, the more accurate our response to the data. You see what I'm saying? Yes. So if you get real messy with your measuring and weighing and you're just kind of guesstimating for a week, then you come in, you get a scan. Cool, there we got some data, right? And then we go, okay, the muscle isn't moving. And then I open your food log and I'm taking in all this data, but that data is 50% accurate. Now I'm gonna make a decision with you. We're gonna make a decision on what the next move is based on 50% accurate data. So that means that our decision is 50% less effective. We're kind of guessing 50% of the way. So the more accurate you are on the front end, the better and more effective we can be on the back end. Okay? Do your best. I know we're all busy, but this is a challenge for a reason. Okay? All right, so here's the deal. Here's some strategies. Supplement. Yes, supplement. You guys are not used to eating this much food. It's going to be really hard for some of you who have busy schedules. You're probably going to need a shake, maybe 2.
Yeah.
Okay? Supplement. Start taking in a protein shake. Find something you like. Find something that's as clean as possible. I recommend this, and I recommend Prestige Labs. Okay? This and Prestige Labs, that's it. I don't recommend anything else. I've looked at everything else. I've seen the labels on everything else. I don't recommend anything else.
Sometimes whey makes me.
Yes, that's why I recommend these two particularly,
that's what I
because
would ask.
they have lactase in them, which helps with that.
Perfect.
Yeah, especially Prestige Labs.
If you add fertilizer to it, it makes it more extra protein.
Cool. I recommend supplementing if you're not used to this and it's going to be hard for you to get this much food in. Okay, this is where we supplement. This is why they exist. It doesn't replace your food. You have to eat and do a shake. Cool? Okay.
Is that the only kind of creatine you recommend?
No, take
Oh.
creatine.
Okay.
This is what we have. These are bioavailable. Other gummies, other creatines, depending on how they're put together and manufactured, the creatine actually loses its effectiveness once put into a gummy form.
Yeah.
So you need to, if you're gonna do gummies, do these. If you're gonna do a plain old powder, do that. Okay? Those of you not on creatine, this is a great opportunity to try it. 5 grams a day is the recommendation, and just stay with it.
Just do 5. Not more than that.
If you've never done creatine, this is a great chance to try it. Here's why. We're controlling all the factors. We're gathering all the data. Okay, this is the best time to do it. Okay, I know creatine helps produce muscle mass because I did a trial. This is a great trial time. Okay, so I don't think these are very expensive here. How much are these?
45.
45 bucks. There you go. Okay, they're not great tasting because they don't have like a bunch of sugar in them, but they're fine.
I
Just
think
eat
it
them.
tastes fine.
Cool?
5 of them didn't taste.
I ordered that shack.
I bought them because I was.
Yeah, Shackley has creatine too. The woman who was here last weekend, she has a plain, no added anything creatine. Okay, guys, eat your protein first. Eat it first. It's priority. Okay, before you eat a big bowl of lettuce, eat your protein. Eat it, all of it, off the top. Lettuce ain't gonna help you today, tomorrow, or any time during this challenge. The stuff that, here's the deal, right? The stuff that just fills you up and doesn't give you carbohydrates, proteins, and fats, I would just ditch it. Just ditch it. Yeah, I get it, fiber. Get your fiber from all the things that are giving you carbohydrates, protein, and fat. Get your fiber there, okay? Ditch the other stuff. It's just filling your stomach up. You don't got room in there, okay? Eat your protein first. Prep food, especially meat. So spend some time on the weekend making some extra meat. When you make dinner, make extra meat. Stop making just enough for that meal. Make twice as much and throw it in a Tupperware for tomorrow. You need to have extra meat on hand. Your favorite food right now is meat. It's all you want to eat. Like, that's what your family's complaining about. All you want to do is eat meat. That's right. All you want to do is eat meat. I'm trying to hypnotize you. Look at me. All you want to do is eat meat. Okay? Meat, 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 meat. Okay? Get over eating cold food, random food, and not your favorite foods. Just eat. Guys, you can't be picky when you do this. You cannot be picky. You want muscle mass or not. You've got to put it in your body. Okay? Stop thinking of food as something you only do because it tastes good. This is what it takes to build muscle mass. Eat it. I don't care how you do it. Just get it in. Okay? Yeah? We're grown-ups. We're taking care of our bodies now. We're building bodies. That's what we're doing. Does that make sense? I hear it all the time. It's just so much food. I don't like cold stuff. It's just the same thing over and over again. It's like, okay, and, you know, do you want the body or not, right? You got to do the things. This is the things. Cool? Okay. Eat regularly. Don't go more than 3 hours without food. Do not go long stretches without food. That's right, Jack. Saw that face light up. He's like, oh, shit. Called me out. Do not go long stretches without food. What happens when your body is not being fed? What is it doing?
Burning.
It's burning, right? You got to keep that thing fed. Feed it, feed it, feed it, feed it. So meal, snack, meal, snack, meal, snack, bed. Snack meal, snack meal, snack meal, snack, bed. Seriously though, figure it out. This is why you got to have cold food. Figure it out, okay? Eat a meal within 1 hour of training. Your body needs to be refueled. We are going to start doing some bodybuilding in here. Your training is going to start to get heavier, and you're going to start doing more reps and heavier reps, and you're going to create muscle breakdown in your workouts. Your body needs to be refueled as quickly as possible so that it can start the recovery process. Muscle building is a recovery process, not a training process. This is muscle breakdown. Eating is the building. So you think you're building muscle in here, you are not. You are breaking your muscle in here. You are tearing it down. And your body responds by building. But it cannot build without the Legos. You can't build a house without bricks. You've got to give your body the thing to build with. Okay? So within 1 hour of your training, you are eating a meal. Not a snack, a meal. Food. Cold, Tupperware, baggy, whatever. Cool? Okay, these are the strategies. Good? Questions? Okay?
So is the first week going to be a little bit tough at first, do you think?
This whole thing is going to be tough, especially as you get sick of eating so much. It's going to get harder and harder and harder. All right, guys, the competition is simple. Whoever builds the most muscle mass in the next 4 weeks wins. Okay? $20 to buy in. It just goes into a pot. It does not go through the gym. And then you need to scan today. You have to have your scan in today. Okay?
Michael put $100 extra.
Nice. Those of you who are out of town, I should talk to my camera now. Those of you who are out of town, whatever scan you've got in the system, that's your scan. Nope, that doesn't work. You got to scan by Monday because we don't want to give them extra time.
No.
Right, sorry, I went backwards. Guys, you got to scan on Monday. Talking to you. That was the camera, the people who weren't here. Yeah.
I scanned yesterday morning.
Okay, scan today. Today's your scan day. Okay, guys. Any questions? Yeah. Yeah, scan today. Absolutely. Good. Guys, it's going to be hard. This is going to be hard work. We're going to do it together, which will make it a little bit easier. Please be here at these meetings. This is new information. We have not shared this stuff with you before. Please be at these meetings so we can give you the information and give you your best chance at doing this. This is something that you will carry forward. Oh, that was another thing I wanted to mention, right? This is one of those things that you probably won't do forever, okay? We're going to do it for 4 weeks. But what is forever, what you can get out of this that is forever is new strategies on how to eat more food, how to eat more protein, how to prioritize what your body needs instead of what you want to eat, okay? There is a lot of lessons to come out of this experiment. Just because the experiment won't go on doesn't mean there isn't something you can take forward from this, okay? The other thing is some of you guys have some serious muscle mass goals, right? My teen guys, You guys, this is something you're gonna have to do for much longer than 4 weeks. So you guys need to think with that as you're doing this. Okay, don't think with 4 weeks. Yes, we are gonna take you through for 4, and then you're going to have to continue. Especially you young guys, like you guys are burning so much energy, and as you build muscle mass, it's only gonna get worse. Okay, you're gonna burn more and more and more, and you're gonna have to eat more and more and more. Figure it out now. I'm talking to these 3. Cool? I was gonna call you skinny minis, but that would be rude. Right, Jack? That would be rude. I shouldn't say that. Oh, okay. Skinny minis. Good. They're not mini. They're all very tall. It's part of the problem, right? You keep going this way, not this way. Good. All right. Any questions before we wrap up? Nope? Great. Here we go. Rock and roll. May the force be with you. Yeah. Enjoy the grocery store today.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
How long for someone like me after the
Oh, for you, we're going to take, you're more like the previous group I was talking about. You're going to take some habits and things out of this that you'll carry forward. You're not going to be in a surplus like this for a long time.